Milwaukee, aren't you?
I think that's right.
Yeah.
I'm really.
.6 Got city council committee work study session, Monday, August 8th. Please call order, please.
Sir,
Here.
Ms. Evans,
You're
Ms.
muted.
Evans. Here. Ms. Ardno. Here. Mr. Giltner. Mr. Pajot.
Here.
Mr. Roberts.
Here.
Over.
Here.
Ringhouse.
Here. All right. Please pledge allegiance. Councilman?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. But I never played with me.
Council, I was wanting to introduce Carrie Baxter. I forwarded you an email. Carrie, stand up at the podium there, and she asked as far as what some of the potential incentives that the city might provide towards economic development. I was going to give her an opportunity to discuss with the council what her plans and intentions are, and we kind of interject some things that we might be able to do and take action under regular council if we. Carrie, you got the floor.
Thank you. Good evening, Carrie Baxter. Like you said, my husband, Matt Baxter, is not here. I'm not sure if he was having car trouble or what. So unfortunately, he is not here. He's better at this, the public speaking than I am. So I apologize, if I seem to ramble or don't know what I'm really talking about. I've only lived here in Louisiana for about 10 months. My husband's been here almost 2 years. But we moved out, I moved out here, and it's always been a dream of mine to own a bakery. I love to cook, I love to bake. And I've seen a need for that here in this town. I originally was thinking of just doing some baked goods. Was driving around and seeing all these empty buildings, and my husband told me to follow my dreams. It was time. So I started looking into the buildings and talking to the community and realizing how little of restaurants there were here as well. Just talking to everybody, we decided that we were going to try to do a restaurant as well. So that's what my husband and I have been really striving to do. We've looked at many places. The one that shows the most potential is the Steamboat Bistro. The gentleman that owns the restaurant itself has had a lot of health problems and just recently diagnosed with cancer. So he is wanting to sell the equipment part of the business, not the business itself, because he lives in Clarksville and he's wanting to open a restaurant there. So we have the opportunity to buy all of the equipment at a very low price to help, ease his burden and get him out of the restaurant. We talked to the building owner, Fred, I cannot remember his last name. Thank you. And he is excited. He's already welcomed us, and even with the potential of buying the building at some point, but we're not gonna kill ourselves right at the beginning. So there's a lot of potential there. The building, I don't know if you all have been in the building, but it is absolutely beautiful. And it has almost everything we need. My plans is, if we do purchase the building, is to go ahead and start immediately. And then after a month or so, close for a week or two and get some more equipment in, and then have a grand reopening. I would really like to have a good bakery. Everybody's told me that the need for donuts is wild here. We have, pardon?
They used to have some good ones.
Yes.
I don't know why.
Yes, I looked at that building as well, but it unfortunately didn't work out. We've talked to the police department and they said that they would have a standing order. There's several of the churches that want a standing order on Sundays. So just by the standing orders alone that my husband and I have acquired or talked about, obviously no contracts yet, but we could stay afloat in business just with that alone. But we want food in the community as well. There's a big need for it. So we've just been trying to drum up ideas from people and help. I have several people that are willing to invest, but not until I get open. They want to come in, they want to see the atmosphere, they want to taste my cooking, and I completely understand. So getting started is a big hurdle right now. And I'm just coming to you guys with with everything and hoping to get some ideas and prospects from you guys.
Okay. Council, you got any questions?
Which building are you looking to go into yet? I guess it's not final yet, but.
It is, I'm not sure the building name, but the Steamboat Bistro, that's on Third Street.
Yeah,
Across the
yes, yeah.
Yeah, but and Robert's been very hard to get a hold of. I guess he was just in the hospital this weekend. So it's been a little tricky. I do know what he was asking for the equipment and things before his diagnosis. So I don't know whether that's possibly changed, maybe a little fire under his bum to get out and maybe lower it. I don't know. I don't know if you guys want that amount. If
Not our business.
Okay.
So just to be transparent, what we've been talking about, what we've done in the past with the previous Louisiana Development. We've done 2 to 3 months taking care of the water bill.
Oh,
We've taken care of the first year of the business license. There might be some other ideas that we might talk about, some sort of potential, it's a council's pleasure, but potentially maybe some sort of a reimbursement for advertising. Because that, when you advertise, it also advertises Louisiana.
sure.
So those are some of the things that the council will probably bring up, and they would have to take action on that, you know, during our regular meeting. So those are the type of things that we can do. $20,000 or $50,000.
Right.
No, it's not gonna be like that.
Sure.
It'd be more of a controlled deal with advertisement, water bills, license, things of that nature.
I know the water is covered by the owner of the building, so that is not that would not be an expense I would.
Okay.
Do you have like a business plan?
It is very informal. My husband had the hard copy and he has it. All I have is just written on notebook with me right now. He has it all typed out. It's with him.
What kind of food? When you get the restaurant side of it, what's your?
Home cooking, American food, meatloaf, Salisbury steaks, pork chops, mashed potatoes, good comfort food.
All right. I haven't eaten yet tonight. That's.
That's
I love making cobblers and pies. I make a wonderful Southern chocolate cup cobbler that is simple. It's very gooey and simple. Lots of pecan cobblers and things like that as well. But you know, we were also going to do on Fridays, we're gonna have fish, because obviously there's a need for that as well. And we are wanting to stay very local with everything as well. We already have a fish place that's very local, where we would be getting our buffalo and our catfish. A relative of ours lives close to Griggsville, and he has cattle, so that would be very local, not Missouri, but where we would be getting our beef. And but yeah, we're wanting to try to foster and get back to the community as well, try to get what we can local. That's what our biggest thing is, to be trying to stay very local. But yeah, so good little comfort foods. I'm sure we'll have a spaghetti night, something like that as well, because I've heard from a lot of people that they want to tie in here as well. So.
Are you far enough along to kind of know a time frame when it might all come together, or not quite yet?
And unfortunately, no. With Robert's health, unfortunately, no. Everything we've drawn up, the bank likes. We're just going through, dotting all our I's and crossing our T's with the banks, and trying to get that small business loan approval as well. But I'm hoping within the next few months.
Would it be like you and your husband running it, or is it employed somewhere else, or you'd be running it, or?
He would be helping with the business side of it, but I would be doing the cooking, and a couple other people around the community that I've met will be helping with the cooking and waitressing. So they're also the cook, the head chef that is at Steamboat Bistro right now is possibly not going to be going to the next restaurant with Robert, and possibly would be staying on as staff. And the waitress that is there would be staying on as staff with me. So we've already got a full staff already planned.
Good deal.
I'm very happy to hear
It's fine. But yeah, I've never done this before, obviously. So we've been hitting a lot of brick walls, but we keep jumping back up, and it's something that we really want to do. And the community keeps telling me, keep pushing for, keep going. You'll get the support. We promise we'll be there. We promise. The whole police department said that they're going to be there on opening day. Yeah. I even talked to Ponytail, as you guys call him, I guess, and asked if I got a dunk tank, if he would do dunking for donuts, like a fundraiser type thing. He was, of course, all right, yeah, I do that for you guys. So we've got a lot of community support, and that means a lot. It's nice.
Well, thank you very much.
All right.
Any other questions?
Ellie, you had mentioned you weren't sure if it would apply, but you also say of the 353.
The 353. That's gonna be more, you know, if they get into more of the building rehab, I think it.
Is that related to historic building or something?
Well, it's. Yeah, you know, it's a.
It's too much to go into now. It doesn't seem applicable.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, if they decide that they get into that part of it. I think that we can definitely open up a conversation, but I mean, just from what I'm hearing, I just don't think it would cost more than it would be to me.
Fire building.
I mean, kind of from what I'm hearing
So I
there,
think that building's in pretty good shape.
you know, there's,
Yeah.
she needs to make sure that she has the resources open to her. You know, I'm hearing SBA can kind of be a little bit scary at times. And I think there's help where if she needed help with her SBA plan or whatever, I think that exists out there. Some different things like that, you know, go along. And also get back to the building, if she did decide something should be mentioned, SBA has that $500 facade grant too. You know, which isn't much, but I think
That's for
right
the
now.
exterior, correct?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah, but I think what I'm hearing right now is the building and everything is okay, and she's really worried about the inside.
Yeah, because they
internal
just,
workings.
they just redid the outside of that building, not
Yeah, right.
like a month ago.
Yes.
I
That's
like
true.
that. If you
And
continue
I
to-
have also
Or, oh, yeah,
passed the request on, I think I included everybody to Pike County Economic Development, making sure that, you know, they had something or some resources they could pass along. I know of nothing they've done in the past, but I want to make sure if something needs to come on that I'm not aware of. I've not gotten a response from them yet, so.
there are so many buildings that are empty here. It took me so long to get a hold of, of course, being new here, I don't know very many people, but I know there's still other buildings here in town that I couldn't find out who owns, like the old Hikers building. There's several places I couldn't get a hold of. They'll even have numbers. I've called and left messages and not gotten any responses.
The building actually is gonna be owner occupied. Last I knew, it was the pizza place was moving into that building, but they had to do some rehabilitation to get it up to code to get open. So I mean,
Gotcha. Yeah, I looked at the old donut shop, but that was gonna.
I
take
think
a
you
while.
actually talked on Facebook about the old donut
Yeah.
shop at one point in time.
Yeah, I wanted to be there. That was a nice location, but it was gonna be a lot of work for what I needed. And he wanted to sell the
Sell
building.
it, not rent it, yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's what we talked about.
Yeah. But I mean, if there's any other smaller buildings or anything, any other venues that you guys know of that might be a smaller start, you know, I'd be willing to, you know, to look at other places as well. Just, you know, I don't want to settle. I've looked at lots of places, so. Just want to find the best place for
We're
everybody.
glad to have you coming in.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you, I appreciate it. This is Josie and this is Lakota. These are my two youngest.
Thank you for coming as well and being so good.
Yes.
All right,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck. All right. Next item on the agenda is infrastructure, ground, streets and sidewalk. Well, we ever hearing more about the paving as far as the.
So I'm hoping to get the paper next week with that. I've got, I'd say 80% of the contract done. Where it's at, and it's my goal this week to finish it up, like get called out of the office, go find grades.
And who, what?
It's always something.
Okay,
No, not necessarily digging, but we're.
It's always something.
Yeah.
Really, other than that, I can't think of anything. Pressing as far as. The infrastructure, I'd say that getting the work on the streets that we've got approved, gonna be one of the biggest things. Okay. Public safety and police hiring committee.
Not a lot other than, big compliment out to the police department. I think they're doing a great job. One new man who was employed, he was started about 2 weeks ago. He'd been on the police department before, part-time, and now he's full-time. They're in training tonight, Croy, drug training, DUI training. And just constant training program, and their upstairs is beautiful. Their offices up there, they did all the work themselves. If you're down here and catch one of them, ask them to take you the tour, and they'll take you upstairs and show you what they've done and how modernized it really is.
I think they're just doing little touch-ups and then they're gonna get with the Chamber of Commerce to do a ribbon cutting too.
Do what?
So they've got little touch-ups to do and things like that, and then they're gonna do a ribbon cutting with the chamber.
So all's well. Police department right now.
All right. Ordinance committee.
All right, we had, one thing we got on is the annual tax levy. The reason we gotta do this is that we gotta let the county know what the tax levy is, so they can, know what to charge for taxes in the coming year. And so there are no changes here. I believe with inflation the way it is, there is the possibility in some years of being revised down, but they don't revise it up for you without a vote. So we're just staying exactly at what we have been, I believe. And so the total is, let's see, 0.8359 on the $100 valuation. And so that's composed of the city tax of 0.7359 and the general library has 10 cents.
0735, that's the sales tax.
Sales tax,
Yeah.
I think our sales tax is like 9%. Something like that.
Total with everything is 9.0375. It's total
9.3.
sales tax.
9.37.
Yeah, because what you have, it looks like that's last year's that you're looking at, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Because this year's, it's a little bit of a difference, right?
I don't think so.
No, it can't.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think there is a little bit.
There's a little bit, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's the email from Greg. Yeah, so
May have missed a piece.
I guess the big thing is the public hearing, right? August 22nd to set that
Yeah,
and advertise it.
yeah, exactly. That'll just be going before the council meeting. It seems to be the easiest way to do it. Call a public hearing before the regular council meeting.
And there's another email as far as where we advertise it, just do it the same as we've done in years past, Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I would set up that public hearing right before your regular council meeting. Maybe it's how we always spend most of our public hearings in the council meeting after the public hearing is done, but.
I'm just talking about as far as the newspaper or other three public places.
Yeah, it's
So,
always
yeah.
the newspaper, Facebook now, and City Hall.
Okay.
And the attorney picks up a nice little agenda for us now to make sure it's advertised properly and everything. And it gets on the Pike County's breakdowns on there too.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working on that too. We should have that, no problem, to be ready to go for the notice. We're waiting on a little bit more information from the county, but we pretty much have it ready. We just need to get it filled in with the correct numbers.
Awesome.
Yeah, I must have missed the email where there's some change. I just keep saying the 0.7359. If there's a little change, it'll be in the public hearing. Whatever the rate's gonna be, we have not, the point is, we have not changed. If anything has changed, it's just that very complicated part of the statute that dictates how things get moved around. And that's all.
Yeah.
taken care of. We
Nick,
just get those-
it's a reassessment year, so that is the reason for the slight variation in the numbers. So the
Oh, okay.
calculations, yeah,
You have that new number?
it would be a total of 0.9074 with 8074 for the general revenue funds and 10 for the library. So
Wait,
about 80 cents on the $100 for personal property and
Oh, really?
10 cents. Yeah.
That's a pretty decent jump.
7 cents.
Yeah. Have to find those papers. I didn't think it was going up. Okay. That's all I got on that. Anything else?
Nothing windy tonight?
No,
All right.
Nothing windy tonight?
no, that's as much wind as I can blow. Yeah.
All
If
right.
you want more, I can make some more.
Economic development and tourism.
Just have Color Fest coming up, so we'll probably bring the map and stuff for the council to get approved like always, just.
What's for that weekend? What is it?
The third, we're back to the third weekend in October, that's the 15th and 16th of this year. Um,
Oh, good, I've already got it.
right now, that's the only thing we have going on for economic development and tourism. That's come across either board over there.
Can, will the committee come up with something as far as looking at incentives like Mrs. Baxter was looking for? We kind of threw out some stuff, but some sort of a roadmap from this point forward, so we can know what we can offer.
It's really whatever councils
Yeah.
wants to do with it.
Recommendation.
Yeah, recommendation from the economic development committee.
It sounds like.
Yeah, we can get with Kelly on it. We can find out what we can and can't do and what we can and can't offer.
So, well, I think,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry to interrupt, I think whatever you do would probably come from the LMC,
Mhm.
you know, rather than the city proper.
See what any kind of grants we have or anything like that.
In fact, it probably, Wendy may correct me, but I think it would have to come from the LMC rather than the city proper.
I'll get with
for
Diana
anything that
Hudson.
You would do there.
She's, Diana's been going through a few health things with her husband, but I'll get with her too. We can.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. I don't think it's impossible necessarily, Kelly, to come from the city proper. It would certainly require a procedure and a process that's thoroughly outlined with guidelines, you know, for who's eligible, what criteria you have to meet, because you would want to avoid, you know, the appearance of just randomly, you know, giving some people grants and not giving other people grants.
And retail is always a little bit funnier than industrial, you know, because there's not any direct competition here in town. You know,
Right.
for fact, right, but.
And business-
Has
Re-
other competition.
Right. Redevelopment is a little bit different in terms of incentives along that way, but I think it's certainly something we can look at. And I know, Kelly, you mentioned there were programs under the prior Economic Development Corp company, right? Are you aware if they had any type of applications or policies? I'd be interested in looking at them if they did.
So it seemed like a stretch for them to remember what they were even doing for the new businesses.
Okay.
I'll sure ask, but I'm not hopeful.
Thanks for the effort.
Thanks very much, as need based.
Yeah, but they pretty well, I think well, they put down, I spoke with Cindy Whitelock. And, yeah, and I'm not sure what, you know, how they arrived at what to give them, so we'll see.
Application and.
Okay.
Not a point system, but did.
Okay.
Or the rules.
Yeah. Well, maybe one of them would have to have another app that we kind of take and revamp.
I think Diana's got something like that in her office where we do incentives for new businesses coming into communities or areas. So I know that there is something out there for them. I know there are grants available for those too. But she's the president of that, so she knows way more about it than I do. And especially since she just went to that conference, but maybe a month ago, she's probably got way more knowledge on it than I do.
All right. Housing, health, senior services.
Nancy,
Still working on the list of houses. And just to add a note to the last conversation, I'm having a lot of trouble hearing you all. I think that those funds that were being given out were for revitalization of downtown. That's all I have.
Enterprise, public utilities.
Nothing much more of a question, what, sewer, I guess, when's that, I know it's going through the contract. Right, so Ed, contacted me Friday. And he is, whenever the contractor did it the way he did, and then we're asking to hold a bid until we get the rest of that ARPA money. He's trying to negotiate, I believe, a certain time frame, which we think may be reasonable. And he can hold that for the second phase of that, and I have not heard a response from him since Friday on that. He's working. So have you got anything else on that? A couple things I may add, just where it's at. We had a conversation last week with the engineers from Rural Water, and one of their county's ARPA projects is to possibly put water out on, I call it Dump Road, but they're by the old MoDOT shed, CMC now, and they're going out for a while. So they're talking with us about a possible another point of sale to sell water to them there. And then also, and I just sent this to Lindy today, she's reviewing the first draft. We're due for a new contract with Rural Water, period, even if this other point of sale hadn't come in. So that's kind of, once we work through the weeds a little bit on that, we'll have something that we can talk about.
When's that contract?
So the contract was up in this past spring.
All right, community and employee relations. Nothing particularly think of. You have anything? Not right off. No, I sure don't. All right, anything along the lines of our budget and finance? It's open to the floor. Any questions? Anything new, miscellaneous? Nope. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
First, and second. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Those opposed, motion carried.
Or second, please.
Ringo.
Yep.
Hey, what did you say on the ARPA grant? You were saying you thought you had a timeline?
On our.
As far as the ARPA grant,
So, well,
you want to take any time or just go ahead and jump right into our question?
roll.
Bill would like a
Okay,
letter.
okay. All right, Bill, we'll just wait till you get back. Who's going? Pretty well there, just without knowing what was
I mean, the money. I'll try to remember.
Yeah.
Getting email. The Jared
Yeah.
got from there when we asked him about
Super uncomfortable.
what was her statement? Some federal
Nope.
agency notified him.
Oh,
The
Yeah.
timeline is-
Have a read. Yeah.
So my, the city's responsibility is at point of sale, which looks like it's gonna be somewhere around that CMC property, somewhere in there, somewhere there. After it leaves that, it'll be your.
But I mean, is there a chance
Why are?
Yes, that's what the point of sale, yes, we got a new point of sale, so we have one point of sale at, North 79. B, right now, and, they're talking about the third point of sale.
Why not?
Yeah.
They might have to do another place.
Ready to go? All right, Monday, August 8th, 2022, special council meeting. Who calls this special council meeting?
I do,
Pretty much the whole council.
Yeah.
Last meeting.
Yeah,
Okay, so we got Tiffany.
and we've also got, I mean, we got stuff from everybody. We got stuff from you, stuff from Kelly.
it was a full council agreement, but yeah.
I think we got 10 people calling.
All right, we'll call them. Call to order, please.
Sudar,
Here.
Ms. Evans,
You're muted, Nancy. Looking for that mute button again.
I'm here. Gotta find the right button.
Ms. Dardo,
Here.
Feltner, Mr. Patel,
Here.
Mr. Roberts,
Here.
Mr. Gilbert,
Yes, here.
Mr. Rittenhouse.
Yes. Council, you want to do the pledge again, or since we've already done it? How you want to do it? We already pledged. I don't know, doesn't matter to me. Council's pleasure.
I can do it again, but.
Let's do it again.
Oh. Hey,
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What the hell?
I was thinking of the email that I sent you that said specific language for function on the side by side. That's good. Go print. It's in our packet.
All right, council, now on the agenda, any changes on the agenda? Looks good. Okay, first order of business, I got an email from Mary Lutston. Did everyone get a copy of the email? So, according to her email and her letter, basically, when she took office, she had to kind of do some back work, as she has listed in her email. And I told her to go ahead and summarize that in an invoice for the council to consider. So it's really the council's pleasure. She's asking for some sort of compensation for doing the back work on that. So council's pleasure.
Well, I got a comment here. I use the CaseNet for filing stuff. And I tell you what, 6 minutes per ticket to prepare a recommendation, prepare discovery, and e-file it. It's burning.
I was gonna
That's
say,
good.
she covered, I mean, 445 tickets. You know, it's obvious she's not lacking for doing the job
Yeah,
or doing the work.
No, she burned through the backlog, and my own opinion is that she did it very quick.
And this would catch us up and whatever, whether it's 200 or 600 comes in any given month. It's covered going forward. Yeah, so the conversations that we've had with her is the $833 a month that we pay, $10,000 a year. I believe the council mentioned it before, it's probably on the lower side, but she's willing to do that based on a workload of anywhere from 200 to 300 tickets a month. Because there's no obligation for the contract to anything that she exceeds over that dollar amount by tracking her time. We are under no obligation under the contract to pay that. But for fairness, and we still want to compensate work being done. I guess you get it short as I don't foresee a $200 to $300 a month overage occurring. I think the 833 will happen, but that's not to say that it won't happen. So this will catch it up.
It would catch it up, and I guess at that point is after the period, first period is up, certainly she can come and say, here's, you know, here's the caseload of what I've been doing, and so could make an argument for more. of that.
Exactly.
If there is one to be made.
I make a motion, we accept it
A second.
as is.
Pay the invoice as is.
Pay the invoice as is.
Got first and second. All those in favor say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carried. Next item I had is the Mercantile Bank, Jackson Jones. This is something that the city has done previously. And I'm just asking the council's approval to sign the agreement unless y'all see the need for any changes.
Oh, the disaster agreement,
Yes.
that's something we've had in the past, and I don't have a problem with this.
We can still accommodate this at the upstairs conference room.
Mhm.
No problems.
I'll make a motion to authorize the mayor on behalf of the city to enter into the disaster agreement with the Mercantile Bank.
Second.
Got first and second. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Opposed, like sign, motion carries. All right, Kelly.
Great. I think everyone got an email describing the side by side and the language that we need to be able to give to the trust company for the purpose of the remainder of that unit.
This has been going for quite a while. So, I would make a motion to enter into a lease purchase agreement with People's Bank and Trust for an ATV side by side for $3,890 for 2 years, pending review of the agreement by the city attorney.
I'll second.
Got first, second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say yes.
Yes. Yeah.
yes,
Opposed, opposed, like sign, motion carries. All right. We do have a consideration of a motion to go in closed session for the purpose of revised Missouri statute, section 10.021, section 1, 3, and 13.
I'll make it.
I'll second it.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? Take the roll call, please.
Mr. Hart,
Yes.
Ms. Evans,
yes.
Cardinal,
Yes.
Mr. Gilner, Mr. Pluto,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Colbert,
Yes.
Greenhouse.
Yes.
Point of order, who are we gonna let stay in?
I think we do that usually when we'll come back in, right?
Yes,
Okay,
that's correct.
all righty. We are now going in closed session.
To bring anybody back. It's David down there. Oh, yeah. Reeser. I don't want to climb steps.
What? Go getting, is that what you said?
Just in case I have to have somebody brought back down here. I don't know. Okay, you put everybody in timeout. Lindy, you said she's coming on.
Yeah, I texted him though. So it might take him just a few seconds.
Okay.